Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Ahmed, and we are continuing this journey of exploring what is vigilance and why we need to do self examination from one of the most notable works of Al-Ghazali, The Revival of Religious Sciences. And in today's episode, we will explore the summary of second chapter, which is what is vigilance and what are the degrees or types of vigilance. And in the previous chapter, chapter 1, we discussed about agreeing upon the conditions of why we need to be vigilant, and the primary reason was that the soul of man incites him to transgress and do corruption in the world. That's why we need to be ever watchful and ever vigilant about our own actions, motivations, and all of that stuff. So let's continue. At its core, vigilance is described as a state of heart, a result of certain knowledge that manifests in actions of both heart and limbs. This state is about being ever mindful of the divine watcher, Rakib, turning our full attention towards him, which is to be aware of the one watching and to turn attention to him. This encapsulates the essence of muraqaba, living with the acute awareness that God is always observing us and aligning our hearts and actions with this reality. Levels of vigilance. The exposition delineates two principal levels of vigilance, each signifying a different depth of divine consciousness and spiritual practice. First level, the vigilance of perfectly truthful and those who are near to God. This level is characterized by an overwhelming consciousness of God's greatness, an absorption that leaves no room for worldly distractions. Individuals at this stage live in a state of profound awe, their hearts crushed by this awe. Therefore, their hearts have no room truly to consider another. Their limbs too are acting in perfect harmony with this state of heart, engaged in deeds without the usual need for self direction or resistance against wrongful actions. The person becomes so absorbed in God that even he neither sees another's presence nor hears what he is told. This illustrates a transcendent focus where worldly awareness dims in the light of divine preoccupation. Second level, the vigilance of the pious among the people or among the people of the right hand. The second level speaks to those whose hearts are filled with certainty of God's omnipresence, but who are also engaged in the world in a meaningful way. These individuals are overcome by the certainty that God sees their hearts, interiors and exteriors, yet their awareness of divine majesty doesn't overshadow their ability to attend to worldly states and deeds. Their vigilance is marked by a balanced approach, ensuring that their actions, thoughts, and decisions are constantly measured against their awareness of God's watchful eyes, guiding them towards righteousness and away from sin. True vigilance, as described, extends beyond mere avoidance of sin. It involves an active, conscious engagement in good deeds, gratitude for God's blessing, and readiness for divine accountability. This calls for a continuous self examination, an effort to ensure every moment of one's life is in alignment with divine will. It necessitates a continuous self examination and a deliberate, conscious effort to align every moment of one's life with divine will and guidance, as quoted by Ghazali. A significant emphasis is placed on the role of knowledge. Knowledge that leads to realization of one's state, the discernment of one's own deeds, and the understanding of navigating desires in a manner pleasing to God. This knowledge is crucial for discerning the motivations behind one's action, ensuring they are for God's sake, and thereby refining one's intentions and deeds. So, what's the conclusion? So, in sum, the exposition presents vigilance as a dynamic, living practice that permeates all aspects of believers' life. It calls to it's a call to live in a state of heightened awareness and alignment with the divine, characterized by a heart that continuously turned towards God. Actions that reflect this divine orientation and a soul that's vigilant in its journey towards eternal felicity. So, if I further summarize this, so vigilance is all being always conscious that God is watching. If we are always conscious about this fact that God is watching us and God is watching what we do, we can only then we can be truly vigilant. And there are two types of vigilance. So one of them is to be so absorbed in the divine presence that the anything relating to the world does not matter. And the second level is that you work with the world, you perform in the world, you do everything, but you are always aware that God is watching what you do. So, and knowledge has a very important role in all of this. For example, without knowledge of how I feel inside and in what state I am, what's my state of my heart, or things like that, without this knowledge, we can never be truly vigilant, because we can only be vigilant if we know what our actions or what are our intentions and what are our motivations behind what we think, what we do, and what we act on. So this is the summary of the second chapter on vigilance, and in next chapters we will further discover more about vigilance and self-examination. Till then, this is Ahmed Bilal signing off. Thank you so much. Bye bye.